Hello again, and thank you so much for tuning in today, lords and ladies, and welcome to the channel. I am your liege lord, the Godless Gamer. We're diving back into my Manor Lords Let's Play with episode 9, so this will cover the 9th year of our game. We've had a lot happen to us. Year 8 was pretty intense because we had war declared on us by our enemy, and we were able to fight them off relatively easily. But today, I want to be the one that declares the war, and I want to be prepared for it, because I don't think it's going to be as easy as the last one we fought. As long as we have, like, a bunch of mercenaries and we get all of my militia companies up to full strength, I think we'll be just fine. But we want to do some preparing, and today I would also like to get our village up to the next level, and get our next development point. I just need to upgrade a few more plots to level 3, but there's a new plot that I'm about to build. I couldn't do it between the episodes, unfortunately, because there are some things in the way. You can see my picture of a tree here. This is going to be my orchard. I moved things around. I moved my forager's hut over and my woodcutter's hut over to make the space for this orchard. Now, I've said several times that I was going to designate this side of the map as my agricultural sector, but I've decided against it. I'm going to pull this orchard a little bit closer to, like, the center of town, because it needs to be near the granaries. The granary workers are going to travel from the granary to the house to collect the apples and then go back. If I did an orchard all the way over here, it would just be logistically too long. It's just too long of a distance. I want to start producing apples as soon as I can, because the meat industry that the meat that I'm producing from sheep is just not enough to sustain the level 3s that I've already built. So I'm not just gonna start upgrading more to level 3 until I get this food variable problem solved. It's just that we don't have enough food variety. I have enough, I'm just not producing enough meat. It's just, even with a flock of 100, it's 81 now because I'm doing some slaughtering, and I could actually do some more slaughtering. I'm going to allow them to slaughter a few more sheep than I was before. But we have 47 lambs. I'm going to let them slaughter down to 20. So we will start satisfying these level 3 plots again. So we'll get them satisfied, but it'll only be temporary because the meat is just not enough to sustain them. So we need to plan out this orchard ASAP. I can't do anything else. I can't build anything else. I just have to wait for these frickin' logs to get moved so I can plan this. Because we want at least some of the apples to be harvested in September. So the sooner I get the orchard built, the sooner the trees can start growing. Now, granted, it's not going to be running at full efficiency the moment that I get it built. It takes like a few years for the trees to fully mature, but they will produce apples pretty much, as soon as you get it built. But they do need time to grow, and I need to get the families moved into the plot before they move in anywhere else. So please move these pieces of timber. They're in my way. So there might be a month or two where we don't get to enjoy any population growth, but the way I see it, I'm charging like no taxes right now, and I might even just bump it down to 0. That way, when we do start getting population, it'll be coming we'll be in the high population growth bracket again to make up for the lost families that we're not getting. Okay, they're collecting them. Get your butt moving. Now move this one. Oh, here he is. Okay, without a moment to lose. Get rid of my ugly tree drawing, and let's get this planned out. So what I'm thinking is, this little road right here, this is where we'll build the plot itself, and space for residential. But this is roughly going to be the orchard right here. And you'll actually get to see me plan one of these. Like, I did my 3 vegetable plots behind the scenes. You didn't get to see me do it. Now you actually get to see the magic happen. So what we want to do is get a plot big enough for a double and a backyard extension, so we'll plan it out. And then we're going to build roads right here because we're going to use them as the border of the orchard. And it'll put aside some space for future residential. So now we delete this. And then we replan it. And then if all goes well, we'll get a nice size backyard extension. Like that. Now, you might notice, you see that dotted line that's going off at like a diagonal? That's the line that demarcates the start of the backyard and then the start of like where the houses are. So we want to minimize that size. So pretty much minus that little space down in the bottom left corner, minus that tiny little space that won't be filled with trees, the rest of the space will. So there we go. So let's get it built, turn up the priority. We need to get this plot up to level 3. Now this orchard is going to operate a little bit differently than how my vegetable plots do, because we don't have to do this trick with the corpse pits. So the families that move in here on the orchard, I can use them for jobs. I can have them working other industries and stuff. They don't just get taken out of the workforce like the vegetable gardeners are, because the orchard only operates at one point of the year. In the autumn, so in September, that's when the apples start getting harvested, and then for the rest of the year, the workers aren't doing anything, so they can do other jobs. So I won't assign them grave digger jobs like I did for the vegetable garden. The vegetable gardens and the orchards, like, function basically the same, minus the workarounds. So I think orchards are probably a little bit better, but, I mean, it takes you longer to get orchardry, unless you rush for this first, but that's not what we did. We went deep mining first, and I don't regret that at all. Don't regret it at all. So now we're waiting for this to get built. And as we let time go by, I'm curious to see what size residential plots that we can fit into these spaces. I'm not too crazy about that. We want backyard extensions. It depends on how I orient this. See? That's fine. That's totally fine. We're not building it. I just wanted to get an idea. Maybe if I reorient this. Again, still fine. Okay, perfect. Perfect. We'll get a couple more doubles. And then this will be another fancy part of town, because this plot's getting leveled up to 3. And then since these are double plots, I tend to upgrade them to level 3 first before the other ones. But there are some doubles around the center of town right here, like this one. And there's this one right here. And there's this one. So, since we do want to get to our next development point, we have to upgrade more plots, but I'm just targeting the ones that I want to upgrade first. It's the doubles, the ones that are close to the center of town. So we want the center of town to start getting roof tile roofs. I'm doing a lot of talking today, I'm sorry, but I'm letting time go by. I want to see if I did this between the episodes. I didn't. I know there's a few unassigned families, but that's because I moved some industries around, and I need to get them back to their jobs. But what I want to do is start importing gambesons. So this is a further expense. And I should probably get this going as well, because I'm thinking about it and I'm looking at it. I'm going to ramp up how much malt that we import, because we're starting to reach our limit for how much our tavern here can supply. We need to build another tavern eventually, and I'm going to have to start producing more ale. So we need to import more malt. So I'm just preparing. So we've got our gambesons that we're going to import now. I can't create any more militia companies. I'm at my max. So if that's the case, we need to make sure, if I can't get any more men to be soldiers, we want to improve their equipment as much as we can. So that's why I just started importing gambesons. If I want to get more companies, what I would have to do is start a village in another region. Start another region, get another village going, and start making soldiers from them. But I don't think we have to do that yet. But it's something to think about. So we'll start importing better armor for our companies. I'm turning off this logging camp. I'm going to keep this saw pit operating. And we'll let them take all this timber and create planks from it. Then I'll move this logging camp over to where this one is. And then we'll start deforesting over here. Because my foresters are pretty much done planting trees. And we're going to move their work area. We'll start planting trees again, but over here. So we'll keep this forester's hut where it is, but eventually I have to move this entire industry down here. I'm going to move my saw pit and my stables, and we might even build another saw pit. But those workers are now available, and... Are they done with this plot? Yeah, they're almost done with it. I'm gonna get another roof tile. Another roof tile maker. Or clay furnace. We're gonna have a bunch of people moving in, because when I start upgrading these plots to level 3, that's gonna be a lot of living space for people to move into. Let's get the orchard built, because once that's done constructing, the trees start growing. So we need that first before we build the living space expansion. And then we'll get this plot up to level 3. I'm building the new tavern. I'm not gonna operate it. But there's a nice size space right here. I don't need that road. So as long as I'm not building any residential things, because we don't want to interrupt people moving in here, I can build other things, though. Keep my builders busy. Let's get some of these people doing things. I need to reassign a woodcutter to that. And let's keep 2 unassigned families for construction. Right, so we're in the high population growth bracket. There we go. Hopefully we get this living space expansion built so we can get some population this month. But now all the trees are planted. And then hopefully I got this built soon enough that by autumn we will at least produce some apples. Not a ridiculous amount like we'll eventually get once all the trees are fully matured, but we'll get some. And then I can sustain my level 3 burgage plots better. See, now my food variety is good because we slaughtered all those lambs. But it's only a temporary thing. So I really need these apples, man. But look at that. We can upgrade any level 1 plots that we may have. We can upgrade those to level 2 because we have enough to supply level 2 burgage plots. We have everything that we need. It's just the level 3s that we can't fully supply yet. So we can really start getting rid of some of these thatched roofs that I'm seeing. There we go. Now we can do whatever we want, because now this plot is filled. So we can, not only can we upgrade that, we can upgrade this one. We can upgrade this one. Focusing on the doubles. How about we do our first level 3 artisan? Our first level 3 brewer. Our first burgage plot that has an artisan working in it that's being upgraded to level 3. I wouldn't mind another brewery going, because we're importing more malt. We need to supply more houses with... Because I want to get rid of these thatched roofs, and every single one of these level 2s that we're going to create needs ale. So that's what this was for. And... how about we get that upgraded too in preparation? Alright, let's see how many more we need once we've got everything upgraded. I think we'll just need one more, right? So we're about to get a lot of living spaces. Look how much more hustle and bustle and traffic there is. Okay, I'm gonna purchase a new ox. And then very shortly, I'll assign a family to it. But let's wait for it to get here. Ooh, there's a plot that I didn't build a backyard extension to. A couple of them. Okay, berries are almost gone, so a few people are going to become available. Look at this lady, she's checking out her apples. We're producing enough for everything, so I'm hoping that house gets supplied soon. There we go. I don't like that it's instantaneous, that there is that delay from the game telling you if you're providing all the needs. I just don't like that, but I guess, whatever, it's take it or leave it, but... because it makes me question myself. It's... but we're good now. We're supplying everybody. We can start hunting. Start supplementing our slaughter. See, we've already slaughtered down to the limit, so that's it. I can't slaughter anything else. So this butcher shop is not really going to have much to do right now. But hopefully hunting some deer will help with that. Okay, so we'll see in September if they've grown enough to supply us with some apples. Somebody else creating roof tiles. I did build another sheep farm. Let's get somebody doing that. And we'll try to keep at least 2 people unassigned. 2 families. Okay, once this brewery is done and it gets to level 3, we'll get our development point. And then I think it... Oop, wow. Dude, that's kind of scary. I was just about to talk about what we were going to do in terms of fighting. They summoned all the way over here. Alright, this is another raider army, but what I was about to say is I was going to wait until, like, November or something. And then make my claim on this region. Because we should have... Yeah, because by then we should have all of our companies at full strength. And at least a few of them are getting their gambesons. Okay, we have to repel a raider attack, but I'm not going to do it right now because they summoned all the way over there. Keep the people working. This is the backyard, the one with the backyard extension I need to add. Let's upgrade that one. Let's upgrade that one. Look at that. The foundation has gone completely vertical. Alright, any moment now that should finish. There we go. Finished. See, I've thought about this long and hard. I'm getting rye cultivation. And now we can muster our men. They're not at full strength yet completely, but for our purposes right now of repelling these smelly raiders, we don't need them to be full strength. Now let's check out the new gambesons. Some of my men should be wearing... Here's a guy. Here's one, too. He has one. There they go. So we're starting to improve our army here. I know that there's another one that went off to the side. They're still over here. They're hidden by trees. There they are. Hard to tell who is who. And that's the end of that. Don't think I lost any men there. We do have a 24-hour, 365 priest going, so those bodies will get taken care of. It's not a super high priority job, so I won't put any more in there, but they're gonna have a big job. But none of my men died. Okay, in 2 months we're gonna lay claim, and then hopefully my companies are full by then. Or maybe I did lose a guy. Get back to work. Are we harvesting? Yep. Yep. Excellent. It's not running at full efficiency, but we got the trees planted in time that by September this year, there's something for these people to collect. Like, they're actually able to get something. My sheep are gonna appreciate that. Because I don't have to murder so many of them. Alright, excellent. Things are going the way I want them to go. So yeah, probably November is when we're gonna declare war. We're gonna hire as many mercenary companies as we can hire, and we'll do that first, because last time I waited until after... Well, it's not really my fault, because I wasn't the one that decided when the war was declared, because he declared war on us. But this time, since we're declaring the war, what we're going to do is we're just going to hire all the mercenaries. Like, I'll probably just get all of them. And let's get them in the region, because they're going to spawn in different places. We'll get all of our forces together in one place, and then we'll claim. We'll make the claim. Alright, so we're at a large town now, so no more development points. That's it. Let's get rid of these last few thatched roofs before I inevitably start building more residential plots. Let's check our needs. Look at that! Apples! Hell yeah! They're gonna get eaten so quickly, but still, we are now supplying everybody that we need to. Vegetables are officially our primary food source. And you know what? Since the peasants are getting apples now, I'm raising their taxes again. I got bills I gotta pay to the king, so... I probably should plan... You know what, before I... Actually, you know, let's just get this one built. Get the 2 singles built here. And I want to fill these too. So not counting the houses we're about to build, none of our houses have thatched roofs. We're up to level 2. I'm gonna have to figure out what I'm gonna do with this space. I am gonna do residential here. I have an overflow granary that I'm using now. And I have an overflow storehouse. We still don't need to hire either of those kind of workers. So we're still doing okay. We're still collecting apples. Like, we collect apples. I think all... Or maybe it is just in September. Look at that. I'm just so happy when... Look, the apples have already replaced the meat. Already. Because it's a more reliable food source. It's... Alright, I'm in a great mood. I'm really happy with how this is all going. And then look at this. We're getting up to full strength on everything. I'm just going to pause for a second, because now that this part of town is looking nicer...
Step right up and set.
A bit of a different looking level 3. So the streets are much busier, you know, there's more people. And now we can check out the headstones that are being created. I promise we'll get back to playing, but I want to see what my castle looks like from a distance. From, like, if I was a villager and I'm in the village, I want to see what the castle looks like from over here. I wish you could see it from no matter where you are in the, I guess it looks okay. It looks better from this angle. Okay, we're almost there. Now, the downside to how I'm going to be using the mercenaries, since I'm going to hire them and just... I'm going to have to pay them for a longer amount of time, which kind of sucks, but it's okay, I have the money. Okay. How about we get 2 of them? I don't value archers at all. This one does have an archer unit in it, but it has spearmen and light infantry. I value those much more. Let's do both of them. 200 a month. I have enough to pay them for several months. I'll get the ravenous vultures, and I'll get the flock of crazy geese. And then the wayward sons can get out of my face. Okay, where are they? We've got some over here. Let's get them right here. And then the other ones are on the other side of the frickin' map. Alright, we might have to wait a month for them to get over here. But it's going to be worth the wait. I can pay them. I can afford to pay them. So we'll give them November, maybe into December, and then we'll declare war. And we'll lay claim. Mercenaries are becoming more and more necessary since I can't produce any more militia companies myself, so... And this is definitely the most valuable of the... Oh, no, the other one gave us 3. It's just the archers. Just kind of pointless. I'm sure our enemy is going to bring some archers to bear as well, so we'll just have our archers shoot at their archers. And they can counter each other. Alright, you guys need to move it. We'll let our villagers keep working. We won't take them off their jobs. Alright, I have a lot of available workforce. Actually, never mind. Yeah, we'll do that. I'll give somebody to the saw pit as soon as I get a chance. They're gonna be really fatigued, but that's fine. They got here quicker than I thought they would get here, so, let's give them to the end of November, beginning of December. They'll all be completely fatigue-free, or almost fatigue-free. And then we'll declare war. Alright, that's good enough. They'll get some more fatigue while we wait for our enemy to get his forces into the, onto the battlefield. But here we go. Claiming with influence. This fat, ugly dumbass. I wish you could send him a message. Your time has come. It's gonna cost me influence to send and declare surprise war. No, let's just do it the old-fashioned way. Claim with influence. Let's muster our militia now. I know it's winter time, boys. I wish I could have chosen a better time, but... he's got a Gambison. The gauntlet has been thrown down. Alright, let's see. Let's pause it for a second. See what he's got. Bandits, a retinue. My retinue is better because we're plated out, and he still only has Gambesons and mail, so my retinue's better. He's bringing 3 archer companies, which are completely pointless. He has 2 light infantry and bandits. We got this. We got this. Where's the battlefield? It's right here. I would have preferred somewhere... I wish the battlefield was more over here in the clearing, but... Alright, boys, let's get over here. Maybe we can get... We can get him to engage us over here. What are you saying? I can make it worth your while if you drop all your claims. Get out of my face. Right back. Oh, whoops! Damn it. Alright, you know what, guys? Alright, I figured he would do this. He's gonna send his archers into the front. So he can... Oh. Hurry up, boys. You're like the most important company I've got. Alright, we want the spearmen to be the ones that are the core. They're the core of the army. They're the ones holding down. Think of them as the phalanx. And then we want the light infantry on the flanks. Anyway, you guys want to get moving? Mercenaries. Alright, so my archers are engaging theirs.
My lord! Sire, my liege! March! Men! Men! Run! All orders! Pick up the pace!
Alright, let's utilize our light infantry to tickle them. We'll tickle their flanks, see how they react. And then we'll... Because I don't want to have a staring match. It's not what this is going to be.
All orders! Advance! All orders! Advance! My liege!
Alright, they're killing my archers, even though I don't really care.
Sire! All orders! March!
Alright, they have good fatigue. Their fatigue is full strength.
Yes, sire! My lord! Pick up the pace! Run! My liege! Your orders! Run! Run! My liege! My liege! Come on, lads! Come on, lads!
If they charge my light infantry, they're screwed. Because we're better equipped than they are, and we outnumber them. Alright, they're being foolish right now.
Faster! My lord! Move quickly! Your orders! Yes, sire! Sire! My liege! Yes, sire! Men! Run! Move quickly! Your orders! Attack! My lord! Men! My liege! Advance!
Alright, they're fully engaging my mercenary companies over here. That's fine. Let's get on their flanks. And let's have our heavy infantry attack their heavy infantry right here. Just to make sure they're being matched strength with strength. And let's get on their flank. Hammer and anvil. Okay, my light infantry won their engagements over here. You guys can engage. Hammer and anvil. Hammer and anvil. Alright, engage. Alright, this side of the battlefield is won. His retinue is gone. Now we just got these two companies in a sandwich. We got this. We are losing some men. Most of my mercenaries are dead. At least these two companies took some damage. There we go. Just double check. Oh, wow, it just slowed down a bunch right there. Oh, no, we still have one battle going on. And that's it. Victory. I got an achievement. I didn't read it. Damn it. I'll check it later. Alrighty, so we can dismiss all of our mercenary companies. Well done. Thanks for taking the brunt of it. It looks like we lost 6 of our villagers and we lost 2 retinue, so we did lose some retinue. I'm gonna hire 2 immediately. Not a fan of the helmet. As they were instantly replaced, my militia will be instantly replaced. So there we go. Claimed a region. Successful offensive war against our enemy. The mercenaries really did help. I mean, I want to say that I didn't need them, but they served a really important purpose. Just tying down their forces and allowing me to hammer an anvil and get on their flanks and stuff, so... Excellent outcome, and they didn't even turn out to be that expensive. I'll get another priest going. So that's everything that I wanted to do this episode, and we did it. On top of it, we fought off some raiders. I wasn't expecting that. So we did fight off some raiders, too. Also a lot of combat. And I'm just so happy that we got this orchard up and running, and it's not going to be too long into the future where I might get another one. Probably within the next episode, I'll get another one planned. Maybe we'll do it over here in this space. Alright, Happy New Year, fellas. Merry Christmas. I should have been paying attention. When did we fight that battle? It was on Christmas time? Work area is empty already? Alright, let's start taking bites out of this forest. And my foresters are already doing well. They've gotten a bunch of trees planted. I'll shift them over a little bit. Alright, we'll go to speed 3. Excellent. Did everything that we wanted. Got our village up to the next development. Got our new point. Got the orchard up and running. We're supplying all of our plots with what they need. We burned through the apples already, but that's okay. Are we hunting? Yeah, we're still doing that. How about we get another hunter? And maybe we've repopulated our flocks enough. 41 lambs? Let's let them repopulate a little bit more. We're still in that transitional phase where apples are going to take over for meat, but I mean, we'll be getting more and more apples as this farm and as the trees grow. Alright, we have no more living space for people. I'll do the living space expansions on these. And how about we fill some of this space over here? I can get 2 singles right here. Even though I bumped my taxes back up, we're still above 75% approval. And now we're really burning through our timber because I have two saw pits going. All right, we'll relax on the 1 saw pit, and we'll get this other logging camp operating. They can come out here. All right, got our new region. Just gonna speed through to March and wait for the snow to melt. And just watch my village operate. Okay, with winter breaking, we have a year's worth of food, which is excellent, and now we can start foraging berries again. I still have yet to turn on my dyer industry, I just haven't needed it. It's nice to just dedicate all my berries to one thing. Alright, I'm gonna wait till the berries start growing on March 11th. Right now. And that's that. So my city has grown quite a bit now, excluding the plots that I just built, which these 2 thatched roofs and these, minus those, everything is either level 2 or the level 3. So my village is looking more sophisticated. We have this other, we have the orchard now. So things are looking really good. Let a little bit more snow melt. Come on. March 13th. Alright. That's going to do it for today, lords and ladies. A successful episode. We successfully fought an offensive war. We claimed a region. It was relatively easy. We're getting our needs met. It's not 100%, but you know that once we start harvesting apples again, it'll get back up to 100%. And I'm not slaughtering as many sheep anymore. So that's fine. We're back to a reasonable amount of taxes. The king keeps raising our taxes, but we can handle it. We've been importing new armor for our men, so just in every dimension, we're doing well, pretty much. We did get another tavern going, and we are supplying everybody again. So importing the extra malt and buffing our brewery and getting another family making ale, pretty smart. And even with the additional... Actually, I'm noticing that our regional wealth isn't spectacular. It's not super amazing. Yeah, our imports are getting pretty expensive now. But what we don't have to do anymore is import spears or helmets. Those imports are completely shut off now because we have enough, and plus we have a surplus. We have 10 spears in our armory, just in case we lose any men, and we have 10 helmets in our armory. So turning off those imports is going to save us money, even though we have to import more malt. But other than that, everything's looking good. We're doing really well. This is a fantastic episode, and I'm glad that our village has grown a little bit more. So I have to zoom out to get a better picture for my thumbnail. But I had a lot of fun today, and I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I hope you learned a little something and um, about orchards. And it's cool that we don't need to assign them to the corpse pit or anything, and we don't have to do that workaround. But anyway, I keep talking. Thank you so much, lords and ladies, for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, hit that thumbs up button. If you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe as well. Leave your comments down below. Let me know what you thought of this one. Let me know how happy you are about us successfully fighting a battle. That was probably our biggest battle ever. So let me know what you thought of that one. I will see you for the next one, episode 10. We'll be coming at you soon. But until then, have a good one, guys.